Hey you. Hey you. 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 Are you subscribed to me yet? Hey guys, this is Miss Momo, and I just want to give you some strategies and some tips for those teachers who are just now getting their teaching assignment and they have mere days or just a few weeks to prepare for the first start of school. We are all excited when we finally get our first job, right? But sometimes that excitement is mixed with anxiety and probably a little bit of fear if we do not get our teaching assignment in what we consider enough time to actually prepare for the first day of school. So I'm going to give you my 5 suggestions of things you should work on immediately if you get your first teaching assignment and you have just about this amount of time to prepare. Number 1, foremost, your lesson plans. So I'm going to talk about classroom decorations, classroom layout, all that good stuff. But when an administrator walks in your room, yes, they're going to look at the aesthetics, but you better know what you're teaching. So tip number 1, solidify what it is that you're teaching and start working on your lesson plans. My suggestion is you keep your lesson plans short. Maybe plan for a week or 2 weeks. If you can't think of anything off the dome, then this will be a perfect time for you to start taking your fingers and putting them to use. I would look at Teachers Pay Teachers. Don't reinvent the wheel. If you go to Teachers Pay Teachers and you see a lesson or 2 that is going to get you through the first 1 or 2 weeks of school, buy it. Okay? You can work on your individual lesson plans later. If you have a short amount of time, focus on your lesson plans, and if you have to borrow ideas from other teachers, do so. Number 2, class management and rules. This is a big one. On day 1, you better know what your rules are for how the kids are going to move around the room, how you're going to handle disruption. Don't think because it's the first day of school that you're going to have absolutely no behavior problems. Honey, some of these behavior kids come to school on day 1 ready to test you. So you should have a plan in place. Definitely going to look at the district's and your school's policy for classroom management and behavior. But a couple of things I would have definitely solidified by the first day of school. So 1, what is your plan for classroom movement? Meaning, if I have little Susie who needs to sharpen their pencil, does Susie have the flexibility to just get up and sharpen the pencil, or does she have to give you a sign or raise her hand in order for her to get permission? So definitely make sure you have movement solidified before the first day of school in your classroom management plan. And the second biggie I would have solidified when it comes to classroom management is what are you going to do with the behavior kids? So I would start off with just a simple 3-part plan. If you're elementary, probably be the red, green, yellow system. I don't know if you guys still do that or not. What are you going to do when there is a small infraction? What is your number 1 to do? Then if something is a little more disruptive to the class, what would be your level 2 response? And then if there's a level 3, like a fight or kids are throwing things and it's really becoming out of control, what would be your management plan for that? Number 3, your class layout. Building a classroom, having it look like a lot of the teachers on YouTube present is going to take a lot of time and it's going to take a lot of money. So if you are just beginning and you don't have a lot of time, I would just focus on layout of the classroom. But whatever you decide on layout, make sure that is present and make sure you have that solidified by the first day of school. It could change. It should change frequently, but on the first day of school, that is something that you should not have to worry about. Number 4, your school schedule and your principal expectations. So this goes along with your lesson plans. You need to know what it is that you're teaching, how many sections you are teaching, what is your day going to look like. And number 5, You need to figure out who your support members or your support group will be. It is awesome to have district-based support, but really you're going to need somebody in the building who's going to help you with the day-to-days. You're going to need somebody in the building to help you. Where do I go if I need pencils and paper? What do I do if I have a question with this paperwork? So you need to find a mentor to help you navigate that, because teaching is tough. The beginning of the school year is tough because there's a lot of changes and there's a lot of distraction going on around you, and you need to be focused. I think to help make a smooth transition for people coming into classroom with just a little bit of preparation, if you have these 5 things, you are well on your way to having a very successful school year.